I'm Megan, and today I'm going to show you how to make a paper bike to join your paper hearts that you may be putting in your windows as part of a neighborhood scavenger hunt. For this project, you will need something to write with, 3 pieces of colored paper, clear tape, a ruler or something with a straight edge, scissors, an empty cup, a glue stick, and a window. Okay, we are going to start with the wheels. So you're going to need your cup and whatever you chose to write with. And we're just going to draw a circle around the outside of the cup. And we're going to move the cup over. We're going to repeat the same thing. We're just going to trace the outside of the cup. And then next, we're going to grab our scissors and we're going to cut out our wheels. So I am going to start by just making the paper a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to manage. I'm just going to cut along the outside of the circle. Here you go, and we have our 2 wheels for our bike. Next, we're gonna make our frame for our bicycle. So we're gonna start by taking the larger sheet of colored paper. This will be your second color to just kind of create some definition between the wheels and the frame. And we're gonna start by making it a little bit smaller so it's easier to manage. So I'm gonna go about 2.5 inches out and just cut all the way across so that it's easier to handle. And next, I'm going to just put this on top of my wheels and draw on the center of the wheel how long my bicycle is going to be. And then I'm going to cut that again. Okay, next we're gonna grab your ruler or your straight edge. I'm using a shim because I cannot find a ruler, and we're gonna connect it at the bottom left corner and bring it up at a diagonal, and we're gonna make the rear triangle of the bike. So I'm just gonna go up about 2 inches, and then I'm gonna bring it down. Okay. We are going to start building the frame with the rear triangle. So you're going to need your ruler and whatever you're writing with, and you're going to put the little piece of paper, the bottom left corner, all the way into the center of the wheel. And then you're going to take your ruler and you're going to put your ruler about 1/2 inch out from where the wheel ends. And you're gonna just draw a line there. Okay, next we're going to go down about 1.5 inches to about here. And that's where we're gonna connect from the bottom left corner into creating your rear triangle. Bam. All right, looking good. Okay, the next step is we are going to make the front triangle. So the front triangle is gonna go, it's gonna start a little bit, just, it's gonna be on the other side of where the rear triangle ends, and you're gonna bring it up at a little bit of an angle and bring it out let's see, how far is that? About 3.5 inches. And then we're going to go from that ending point of the top tube and bring it down to where the other end of that triangle. Okay, and then from here we're going to make the fork. So you want to go, you're going to connect your ruler up at the top of your front triangle of your frame, and you're going to come out about maybe 1/4 of an inch from the corner of your paper, and you're going to draw a line straight down, and then you're going to go bring your ruler over to that edge, and we're going to draw along there, and we're going to cut out our frame. Okay, so here we have our frame, our fork, and our wheels. So your next step is we are going to get out the glue stick. And the glue stick you're going to use, first you're going to connect it to your rear wheel. And you're just going to cover most of that rear triangle with glue. And then you're just going to connect it and press down so that the glue is on all the right spot. And then you're going to take your fork and you're just going to apply glue on the back side, and then we're going to put it onto the front wheel. We're going to rub really good. It's not a very big contact point. Okay, so now this is what you should have. You should have your rear triangle, your front triangle, your fork, and your wheel set. Okay, now you're going to grab your third piece of paper, your third color, and we are going to make the handlebars. So for this part, you're going to need the cap to your glue stick, and we are going to first draw an outline of the circle. Okay, and then next we are going to make the stem. So to make the stem, you're gonna come, you're gonna go to the top of your circle and you're gonna draw a straight line out. And the stem is gonna be about the bottom's gonna be about 1/2 inch long, and the top is gonna be about 1 inch long. And then we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna go a little bit past. And then we're gonna draw the bars, make them look a little bit more like bars instead of a circle. So you're gonna go about 1/4 of an inch to the inside of this circle from your glue cap. And once you get to that bottom, you're gonna just bring it straight back towards the what would be the frame, and you're going to follow that. So if you're at the center of the circle, you're going to bring it straight out for 1 inch, and once you get to the edge that's a 1/4 inch up, then that's going to come out about 1/2 inch, and those are going to be your bars. So next we will cut those out. So it should look kind of like this. And you're not going to cut straight across here underneath the bars. You're going to go down a little bit because that's where we're going to connect it to the frame. I'm doing drop bars just because they're easier to see in profile than a flat bar, even though I don't really use drop bars. And we're going to bring that down. Okay, so here you have your bars and your stem. And now we're going to connect those to your bicycle, and we're going to flip the bicycle over so you can't see the whole rear triangle and the fork, and you're going to get out your glue stick and glue along that long piece right here, this piece, and make sure you do it on the right side, unlike I did it. You're gonna glue on the side that will be facing outward. Okay, and we're gonna just bring that up like that. And now we have our kind of wonky drop bars. Okay, so once you have that all attached, it's going to look like this. So this is the part that you're going to put out on your window, and this is the part that's going to be inside towards you. Now we are going to make the seat post and the saddle. I'm going to choose to make mine the same as my bars, so I'm using my purple, which is my 3rd color of paper. And I cut just a little rectangle so it's easier to manage. And I'm going to first make the seat post about 1 inch out from the edge of the paper. And I'm going to draw a line, and then about 1/4 inch over, I'm going to draw another line, and that is my seat post. And now I'm going to make the saddle. And the saddle is probably going to look pretty wonky because this is paper, and I don't really know the best way to make a saddle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up about 1/2 inch. I'm going to draw a little dot, and I'm going to make a line that's about 1.5 inches long, and this is going to be the top of my saddle, and I'm going to round it back on the back just like this. So the top is pretty flat, and then it's about 1.5 inches long. I'm going to drop down about 1/4 inch, round it down, bring it back to where that seat post meets the saddle, come down about 1/8 of an inch, make a little rounded area, and then bring it back. And now I'm going to cut it out. Okay, and we are going to connect it on the back side to where the two triangles meet. Front side, could be either way. I think I'm going to actually do it on the front side. We're going to glue about halfway up that seat post. There you go. There's your seat post and your saddle. And finally, what we are going to make is our front chain ring. I'm not making a complete drivetrain for our paper bicycle today, but I will make the front chain ring and a crank and a pedal. So I'm using a piece of paper that is about 2 inches by about 3 inches, and the cap to the glue stick. So I am going to put this glue stick cap towards one of the edges of the longer side of the rectangle, and I'm just going to trace it, and that is going to be my front chain ring. And then I'm going to just take my ruler and I'm going to find about the center, and I'm going to come a little bit out, maybe 1/8 of an inch out of that, and I'm just going to draw a line. I'm going to go out from that line about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch and make a little crank arm. And then finally, a pedal. So a pedal, I'm just going to free draw a little rectangle. So this is gonna look like this. And then finally, I'm going to cut it out. Okay, and then this is going to be, it's going to connect right at the bottom of your frame where your two triangles connect, and we're going to use a little glue at the top. And connect it here. I want my pedal to be looking like that. I'm going to push it down really good. And there you go. You have your paper bicycle to join all of your paper hearts you may be putting out on your front windows for your neighborhood's scavenger hunts. Thank you, and stay safe. So then your last step is going to connect it to your front window. So you're going to take your bicycle and you're going to take the good side and face it outward. And then you're going to tape the back of it to the inside of your window. And I made some trees for my bicycles to go adventuring through. So then from the outside, what it looks like to all your neighbors when they're on their scavenger hunt is like this.